recent pickups. Over the last couple months, honestly, I've just bought realistically everything that I wanted, and there's a lot that I haven't shared with you. So I kind of wanted to do kind of a recoup of my recent pickups over the last few months, and then also go over some pieces that maybe I've gotten the last year that I haven't really talked about and I really enjoy. But welcome to my channel. My name is James. We're gonna do this super chill. I'm gonna leave kind of chapters below so you can jump to like shoes or jackets and stuff like that. But let's get into the video. When it comes to shoes, I haven't really purchased a lot of shoes in the last few months. I think I've gotten 2 pairs of shoes total that weren't like running or things like that. The first pair that I got are going to be these. These are a brand called the Irrational Element, and the shoe itself is going to be the Sculpture Trainer, I believe it's called. And I saw these a couple months ago when I was at Colbo. Maybe even like a year ago when I was at Colbo, and I couldn't get them out of my head. They remind me of like a mixture between a kind of a pair of Gats as well as a pair of like Adidas kind of Sambas. And the leather itself is so awesome on them. And the price point isn't crazy. I think I paid like $230 for these. And I think that's super worth it. When you're comparing it to like a Margiela Gat, like I think the quality of these is gonna be right up there, but they're also a little bit less known. I think they're a little bit more of a conversation starter, and I absolutely love them. The leather is like a kind of cream upper. It's a bovine leather. I'm not really sure exactly what bovine leather is. I think it's just like considered like cattle leather. It's not like a really high-end leather, but it's also not like a really cheap leather. And then the bottoms I think are like the original versions of what they were when they were doing the army trainer. And honestly, these have gotten a lot of wear. I really love them, and they're just a classic like wear with a pair of jeans or kind of wear with like a nice pair of chinos, and I'm really happy that I got them. And then my other shoe, unfortunately, I'm not gonna talk about them because I'm gonna be doing a video about them in the next kind of couple weeks, but I'm super excited about them. You've definitely seen me wear them. If you follow my Instagram at all, I've worn them a lot on my Instagram. They are black and they are para boots, but we'll get into more about that definitely coming up. Pants have probably been my largest purchases over the last couple months. I've really just, since quitting my job, I'm no longer wearing like a heavy amount of chinos, so I wanted to have like kind of fun pants that were a little bit out of my element and something that was gonna wear in. These are my Studio Nicholson. These are the Puck, I believe, pants. They're the bone color, and honestly, these are great. So they're just like a traditional denim. I think they're close to like 11 or a 12-ounce denim, but they have these crazy kind of long pleats that I really like. This is great too because I have my Colbo trousers that I absolutely love, and I love that kind of white color, but they're a cotton linen blend, and going into Chicago, you can't really wear them. So I went with these, and they've been awesome. They're a really nice heavy weight. I love the elongated like big pocket on the back. The pleats are absolutely amazing. And then they are a super wide leg. So I don't know exactly how long this leg is. Let me get a ruler real quick. Okay, I'm back. So the leg opening on these is super wide. I'm not exactly sure, but we'll check right now. So these are an 11-inch leg opening, which makes them by far my widest pants that I own. I believe my wide leg Onis are a 10.5-inch, and these have been great. I love them. I wear them with like a big chunky, kind of like my Doc Martens, or just like a really nice pair of boots. For most people, they might be a little bit trendy, but in the time that I have them and the fact that I'm wearing them, I love them, and Victoria likes them too, so that's also super important. Next, we're gonna go into something like way more classic. I have never really owned a nice pair of vintage 501s, and I finally got myself a pair, and I love the fade on them. The look on them is just great. I mean, they're just like a washed denim. These ones in particular are from 1987, so they're still like traditional classic 501s. They've got like that wide pocket in the back. They've got like a nice kind of relaxed straight leg, which is something that I really like. The only thing that was kind of annoying about them is when I bought them, they were like cut. They had like a raw edge. So I took them to Mild Blend and I had them hemmed. Mild Blend is a local kind of heritage boutique near us, and they have a place that'll do chain stitching, and they did an amazing job. I'm not complaining about that at all. However, they're just a lot stiffer now, and you can't really see, like the bottom doesn't have that worn in look. So I actually need to wash these and dry them and kind of get them back to like a little bit more of a worn in look, at least at the bottom. But I've never really owned a pair of like true vintage 501s. I've always had like 505s. I've always had like my Lees that I really like. I unfortunately like ripped the heck out of them, so those are in the process of being fixed right now. They're vintage, so they're definitely like on the older side, but they're not so old that like I don't want to wear them. When you get into that like red line salvage or like that real true vintage stuff, you get to a point where like you don't want to wear it because it's too valuable. And these are like right at that point where they're old and they still have like all the classic aspects of a vintage pair, but they're new enough where if I lose them or if I rip them or break them, it's not the end of the world. Can't go wrong with Levi's. They're always going to be classic. They're always going to be in style. So super happy that I have these as well. So I have one more pair of jeans, and this one I got on eBay for a steal. I've been trying to buy a lot more stuff secondhand as of lately, just because I think the value that you get from it is better. You're not really taking any depreciation. You're getting something that's worn in. You're not like adding to a level of consumerism, which in my field, I feel like that happens quite a bit. But these are my Noah pleated jeans, and I got these on eBay for like $98. I think it was like $115 after taxes and shipping and everything like that. Small pleats, which is what I like. They give you kind of like a more dressed up, kind of preppier vibe than you would with just like a regular pair of denim. But then they're also 100% made in the United States, and they have a red salvage ID, which I think is really cool. I wear these a lot. This is actually probably one of my most worn pair of jeans that I've gotten since buying them. And I really like Noah's stuff. I think they do a really good job of kind of towing the line between quality and fashion. So that's been something that I've really enjoyed. And honestly, if you are in the market for like kind of a preppy adjacent kind of pair of jeans, you really can't go wrong with these. They're a relaxed fit with like a slight taper on the inside. And they're just a pair of pants that is gonna last you longer than you will probably even want them. And they're definitely worth a purchase if you're looking for them. These are the Orslo M52 French fatigue pants. So they are hard wearing, very similar to like a traditional fatigue pant that you would get, but they are black and they are pleated pants. So super shallow pleats, very similar. There's like a little reverse pleat, high-waisted. They've got like the flaps on the back, and they are heavy weighted, which is something that I want. I've worn these a lot. Orslo obviously makes like super well-made stuff. They tend to do like exact reproductions of that, and that is great, except for one thing. These have the tiniest belt loops. I can only wear like a 1-inch belt with these because any of my other belts will just not work. But this is a pair of pants where like I can wear a collared shirt with these and tuck it in, and like a pair of loafers, and you're super good there. But then I can just rock them with a t-shirt, super casual, and just beat up. I did have a recommendation for these, and big thank you to Drew for recommending these because these are absolutely awesome. Buck Mason fatigue pants. These, the exact name is the Omaha Lightweight HBT P43 cargo pants. And so they have a lot of like representations of like early war stuff. These were designed for, I believe, the airmen in the like early days of the war. They are a 13-star button. And my favorite thing about them is these giant pockets on the side. So they have like big cargo pockets at your hips. Honestly, I've only really had one pair of fatigue pants, and I wore them a lot. They were my J. Crew pair, and my goal was to originally get a pair of Orslo pants, but I ended up walking into Buck Mason, found these, and just really enjoyed them. So that's kind of what I went with, and I'm really happy that I got them. My only qualm with these pants is the fact that these are the only 2 pockets. And they're not great to wear if you've got like a lot of stuff in your pocket. But overall, I'm really happy with them. I really like a nice pair of green pants. I know to a lot of people, these pants are probably like a little bit more basic than what they would wear. But for me, it's just a nice pair of pants that I can wear on like a casual day, and I'll wear it with a blazer and I'll have fun with it. So really happy that I got these. I think Buck Mason makes really, really cool stuff. And I think they tend to do a really good price point as well. This is the Field Spec long sleeve. And I've been a big fan of Buck Mason's Field Spec tee for a really long time. I have 2 white t-shirts and I have 2 black t-shirts, and this is my first long sleeve. I will say that the medium of this long sleeve is bigger than you would assume it would be if you were to get a t-shirt in a medium. So I could have probably gone down to a small in these because I wanted a little bit more of a tighter fit. But this is actually a shirt that I wore to that wedding that I was just talking about. I wore a white pair of pants, I wore this long sleeve, and then I wore a blazer over it, and it looked great. And the reason why I got it is because it's a t-shirt where like I'll just wear it casually and everything like that, but the knit on it is just enough of a knit where it looks like it's kind of like a merino wool or something like that. I believe it was $98, so it's not cheap, but it's also not crazy expensive. And it's just a classic long sleeve, really great for layering. I'll wear this with just the long sleeve, and then I'll wear like a button up with that, and it'll keep me warm in lieu of like wearing a jacket. So I have been on a Lady White tear. I just find all of the stuff that they make absolutely amazing, and this is definitely one of those pieces that I think are awesome. This is their Richmond polo, and it's like in a Japanese kind of neppy weave, and it is awesome. So it's a very like classic polo. It's just got the regular snaps that you'll see. However, it is a perfect length for me, and then it has this bungee right at the bottom. I'll wear this with my Orslo pants and just have a whole black outfit. I really like this. They did it in a black and then they do it in a gray, but if you look at the texture of it, it's just got such a cool look. And I don't know, I just think Lady White stuff is just so cool. I've got a few pieces from there now, and I'm like, man, every time I think about a piece that I want, like that's definitely up there. And so I'm really happy that I got this. This was expensive, but it's one of those pieces where you fold it, you put away, you dry clean it, like, and it'll get better with age. Like that's the big thing about Lady White is their stuff just gets better and better and better as you wear it. And I'm really happy that I have it. So I'm done with tops. Now we're gonna get into jackets and accessories. And let's be honest, you already know that I'm like a jacket guy, and we'll start off with the one I'm most excited about and we'll kind of go from there. If you've seen this jacket, you know what I'm talking about. But this is the Supreme Barber collaboration. I've wanted this jacket. I think it came out in 2020. I probably wanted it since like a week after it sold out, and it's always been just so expensive. I just could never really find a price that I would be willing to pay. And so I was scrolling through eBay. I do like a save search, and I found like a really amazing price for this. Don't get me wrong, it wasn't cheap, but it was one of those things where I was like, if it comes available, I have to get it. And it was definitely the case with this. I immediately took the hood off. When I bought it, it was completely unworn. A lot of people are like, well, James, you already have that Noah Barber jacket, and you are exactly correct. However, this is a very different fit. So the Noah Barber jacket is a bedale. This is actually considered like a lightweight crop. So it fits me like right at my hips, where the Noah is like something you wanna like drown in and just be cozy in. This is a little bit more tighter fitting and a little bit more of a crop fit. And it is definitely a statement piece. I have had a hard time kind of finding a way to wear it in a situation where you just don't look like a person that's like trying to be maximalist. It's got the front pockets that you've seen here, and then it's got the side pockets, and obviously the pattern itself is amazing. I love the little pops of Supreme on the back, so I'm really happy that I've got that. I've really wanted a MA1 bomber or a Buzz Rickson bomber, and I've been really into William Gibson's books. I'm in the process of reading Neuromancer, and I really like it so far, so I had to go and figure out a William Gibson for Buzz Rickson, and I found this awesome piece. This one itself is going to be called the CWU 45 bomber. And I'm not gonna lie, this one may or may not be fake. I can't find anything about this jacket. I bought it on eBay. I got like a great price. I'm super happy with it. But Buzz Rickson is known for making things like one of one, specific, like worrying about every single little thing about them. And this has like nuances that like are from different generations. I'm not sure whether it is because of William Gibson kind of did the design and just wanted it to be its own thing, or it's been a reproduction or something like that. So some of the things that kind of throw me off that make me think that it is fake, but also I'm not sure, is the zipper itself. So this has like a vintage 1950s crown zipper, which is super, super nice. The zipper itself is made super well, but the zipper is not correct to this type of jacket. The CWU jacket came out in like the 1970s. The zipper on this is like from like the 50s and 40s. And that's just so confusing to me because like the quality of when I look at it and how I feel and just like these little nuances, like you're not going to put the effort of making a good zipper like this on this jacket if it's not real. But other than the zippers, everything else feels super one-to-one, but I couldn't find any history on it. I've gone online, I've looked everywhere, and I just can't find it. So internet, do me proud. Tell me if they ever made this jacket. So first is my belt. So this is a Wythe belt. So Wythe is definitely a brand that you guys are familiar with, especially if you've been following my channel. They do amazing stuff. So from my understanding, the belt that they did is actually hand engraved in Mexico. And they do a hand engraving by like artisans of that area. The quality itself is amazing. They did a bag as well, which was super, super cool. I bought this belt buckle itself. The belt buckle, it came with like this little, like the keeper thing. It's been great. I've been wearing the heck out of this. I love the fact that it's sterling silver. My only issue with it is the buckle itself is super big. So sometimes when you're wearing a pair of pants, I feel like I'm wearing too much of a buckle. I can't complain because it is so unique and I do get compliments on it all the time. So now I got a hat, and you've definitely seen me wear this hat. I got it last year. It's like this little beanie hat. I don't know if I've talked about it. I might not have. And it's by this German brand. I always screw the name up. It's called Heimat, and it's like a heritage brand. They make really cool stuff. This one is 100% virgin wool, and I have it set up so it's kind of like that fisherman's beanie. I think the name of it is called a fisherman's beanie. So it just, you know, I start to look like this guy. This one itself is in the navy. They did a navy, a black. They had a few different kind of colors. I would have loved the black, but I've already got like a really nice black hat that I got from RRL a few years ago. And so I didn't really have the need for it. And then the yellow and the red, I already have a red one and I'm just not gonna wear yellow, not my vibe. But this is a super warm beanie that I have. I wear it pretty much all winter. My 3 beanies that I have a red one that Victoria made for me. I have a black RRL one that I actually thrifted, and then I have this one, and then I think I already said the other one, but yeah, I love these hats. They're super comfortable, they're super cozy. Last thing is going to be my gloves. So these are my Arc'teryx gloves. Again, I bought these for like the cycling, for winter running, for hiking and stuff like that. They're not the warmest gloves if you're like shoveling snow, but they're great if you're just putting them on and going for a run or cycling. They are Gore-Tex. They were, I think when I bought them, they were like 120. I think they revised them now and they're like 75. And they're like rainproof, windproof, waterproof kind of deal. I am very picky when it comes to gloves. So finding a pair that I really like, I like to stick with it. And this is definitely one of them. That's all my recent pickups. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Let me know if you want me to do a review of anything. If there's enough comments or enough likes on a comment, I will do my best to kind of review it for you. I appreciate y'all for coming. We'll chat soon. Goodbye.